everyone, Martin here, back with round number 3 of this Legacy League. Um, Playing Food Chain. And we're on the play, so that's pretty sweet. And yeah, we'll keep this greedily and hope to resolve this death rate. Like, on the draw, I don't know if I'd feel comfortable keeping this, but I think, like, on the play, they either force of will it, which is extremely aggressive, and that could end. That's probably the one thing we don't want to have happen. Or at worst, they kill it or wasteland us. They can't really do both. So we would, if Deathrat dies, at least we'll be able to we'll be able to brainstorm next turn. All right. And I think we're okay to fetch a non-basic. Just because, like, if they go Wasteland, we still have the Deathrite. Plains. Okay, so it's Death and Taxes. A. So what I really want to do is brainstorm here and then then Abrupt Decay. Drawing the basic island is a little bit awkward because it means like Abrupt Decay cannot be cast with this. So ideally we hit like we hit a fetch land. Something of a risk, but I think it's worth it because I do kind of want to do both things. Yeah, sweet. Okay, so I kind of want everything here. Maybe not the basic island. And maybe we can go without the Trinket Mage. And let's... Now I do actually kind of wish I had gone for a basic land route because we're inclined to get like a wasteland a lot and port it and stuff. But yeah, but let's do this. Now that we're sort of committed to the non-basic thing, and let's kill this Aether Vial. And so hope that that they were kind of depending on that vial. I guess not, they had the second land. Swords to Plowshares on the Deathrite, that's a little bit unfortunate. Another vial. Alright, well, we draw Force of Will. Which is kind of not that good against an Aether Vial, but... And we can't trip into another land. Yeah, I guess we just pass. So, Death and Taxes has the one the one disruption thing that actually kills or stops Food Chain, which is Phyrexian Revoker. Yeah, Thalia is fine because we have the Fatal Push. Does mean spending like 2 mana to kill her, but whatever. I do think I want to do it though before they plop down a Karakas and get Vial on 2. I mean, Thalia's not the end of the world, but I think she's worth killing. I don't think they would know what they're up against other than like a bug deck. So the question is now, do we deploy the Strix to sort of keep going? Like filtering through our deck and not have up Force of Will potentially? I mean, do we care enough about like forcing another Plowshares? Because I think that's sort of it. They have the Vial now, so yeah, I think I'm actually happy to play out the Strix. And Deathrite. Yeah, Deathrite's good. There's a Wasteland. I'm kind of feeling good about where our mana base is at right now, though. Oh, Sword of Fire and Ice. So actually, that would have been counterable or counter-worthy. That's actually a really nasty card for us to have them draw, or rather play. So now I feel a little bit silly. And we draw something not that exciting. So I don't like where where we were sitting with this current game one here. They're gonna vial down something and get to equip the Sword of Fire and Ice, and then we're gonna have to chump block with the Deathrite. Because if we don't chump block with the Deathrite, they're just gonna shoot the Deathrite and draw a card. So what is it? Phyrexian Revoker. So I wonder what they name here. If they have the read on us that we're food chain. No, they don't. They just name Deathrite, which is fine. That's what's gonna be the first roadblock. Man, I feel silly not having kept that second Strix in hand for obvious reasons. So this is going to be really hard now. We have to just sort of pray that we draw into our second Abrupt Decay or second Fatal Push, which is obviously not nearly as good, but which is still fine, to prolong the inevitable, I suppose. So a 3-drop. If it's a Mirran Crusader, we're boned. But it's just Flicker Wisp, which is, you know, bad as well. They flicker out our Underground Sea to keep us off blue mana for a turn, which is really nice. There's Food Chain though, so that was kind of good. And unfortunately, we're not going to be able to block their Sword of Fire and Ice next turn, because we only have like blue creatures and they have pro blue, obviously. Yeah, so we kind of just hope that the top of their deck, the top 2 cards, is not a Phyrexian Revoker or something else too terribly disruptive. I mean, if it's a Revoker, then it's just lights out. If it's not a Revoker, then we're live to draw. Like Manipulate Fate would probably just be the best. We're also kind of vulnerable on blue mana now, having boasted about my mana base earlier, and getting a Bayou was probably a mistake. They could also draw like a Flicker Wisp to reset their own Revoker. So they kill 1 Strix here. Draw a card. What is it? Another port. So yeah, they get to take us off blue mana. So that limits our options. All right. Well, I suppose that's... Yeah, no, that's not very good. So now we're going to lose the second Strix, which is not that good. So that means that even if we were to like draw into Manipulate Fate, we wouldn't be able to chain through the creatures. Let's see. Okay, they don't have anything. So just gonna let them tap our stuff now. We're still alive to draw like an Abrupt Decay, which would be really nice to get rid of that sword. But I think it's just, yeah, it's too late. So now next turn they're gonna swing for 7 and shoot us for another 2, dropping us down to 2, tapping both our lands. So what could we possibly hope to draw at 2 life that would not still mean we lost? I think nothing. All right, so let's see here. I think we want the Toxic Deluges. We want the Null Rod. We want the Pithing Needle. We maybe we yeah. Guess we want more removal. Do we want the hymns? I played Death and Taxes quite a bit, and I remember him being really annoying. What do we not care that much about? Maybe it's not even really about being the combo player here. Let's say we shave a couple of food chains, shave a Trinket Mage, shave a Ballista, shave a Griffin, shave a Fate. Could be just completely botching it here, but I think this way we can still win. But we're not that all in on it, and maybe we don't want like 5 discard spells. Yeah, I'm not sure about the hymns. Ugh, yeah, I don't know. If anyone here plays a lot of Food Chain, be free to let me know in the comments what you think. I almost feel bad that I showed them the Food Chain, but I mean we were drawing live then, so it was the correct thing to do, I think. It's funny, I seem to remember like Death and Taxes players like from my local game store like being upset at facing Food Chain, but I never remember as a Food Chain player being terribly happy to face Death and Taxes, you know? All right, our opponent is taking up all the time they can, so to sideboard, which is fair enough. Come on, TikTok, goes the clock. All right, there we go. I would very much like to be on the play. It's just... I sided out 2 Food Chains and I draw those the 2 remaining ones. Still, yeah, I probably need to do this to keep this. I mean, Revoker on Deathrite would definitely be annoying. Okay, so they start out by mulliganing. Hey, maybe that's just the way to play Food Chain. Just only play opponents that mulligan a bunch. Alright, and they scry to the bottom. Let's just do this with the Deathrite. I'm not sure. I was gonna fetch Forest with the Misty Rainforest and do the Deathrite, but as is, I'd rather be able to Strix, I guess. Come on, I guess land would be great. Murderer's Cut is not the best. So I think I'm gonna go island here and cast a Strix. Now, knowing the Strix is gonna die to my Deluge eventually, but yeah. Alright, so this is pretty good. We get to fetch out a forest next turn and have the trifecta of basics to render their wastelands kind of useless. Their ports still, or actually, the thing about doing that is that their ports will punish us even more. Now I think it's a question about how greedy do we want to get with the Toxic Deluge. Okay, so Stoneforge Oh, that's annoying. That kind of means that we probably will end up wanting to. We might want to kill the Deathrite as well. Sword of Fire and Ice. Okay. That's actually that this lines up really unfortunately with what we're trying to do because that means they're very unlikely to play another creature next turn. It also means that therefore, if we want to use Toxic, we are likely going to 3 for 2 ourselves. And because let's say if we don't use the Toxic now, they'll untap, they'll do nothing, and just be ready to slam the Sword of Fire and Ice. And equip, and Murderous Cut is not going to stop it through the Mother of Runes. So that's annoying. If we draw like a Thoughtseize, that's really good. Or I guess Manipulate Fate. So yeah, I think we cast Manipulate Fate here, and actually just try and go for the combo plan. And we can Deluge later. Right? So if we do that, then what happens? If we do that, then they untap. They play a land, they pass the turn. We play Food Chain. They blitz down the thing. And then we get to untap and Toxic Deluge, which is we can Toxic Deluge for just for 1 to kill the Mother of Runes, then we can Murderous Cut. So I think that's good. So I guess we do this before fetching, just in case we need to not have forest. Alright, so let's say Misthollow Griffin, and Eternal Scourge. There's Null Rod. So I think that's also pretty good. So I think we just play the Null Rod. Get the forest. Use the Deathrite. And get Null Rod. So that kind of stops their Sword of Fire and Ice plan. So maybe they'll commit another creature to the board. And I guess attack with Baleful Strix. Okay, so Karakas is a little bit annoying, I guess, if they have Thalia. Another Mother of Runes. Okay, well, that's good. That's another poor soul to the bonfire of Toxic Deluge. So, we can actually decay our own Null Rod at some point if we should want to. So I think I'm going to attack here with the Strix. I'm going to play Food Chain post combat and get my 3/3/3ers onto the battlefield, and then next turn do the Deluge thing. All right. sorry for my dry throat that I need to clear all the time. I'll get a drink of water before my next match. All right. That was the last go around. And we'll pass the turn. Yeah, sure. Thalia is fine. Although I guess if they could port us now. Wow, okay, this is going to be a blowout. I think they're going to concede just instantly. I mean, even without the deluge, we're looking kind of solid here. We're attacking for a lot. But yeah. Oh, actually, no. Oh, that was so stupid. I shouldn't have done that, and I can't undo it. Yeah, because I'm going to be attacking for less with my creatures now. So, yeah, but whatever. I guess it doesn't matter because we'll get through the with the Eternal Scourge. So, let's just say, I guess, black. Yeah, and we have to pay 4 for Deluge because of the Thalia attacks. Let's pay 1 life. Yeah, and I guess we'll attack for 6. Recruiter of the Guard. I'm guessing it's going to get Revoker, but we have plenty of answers for that. We also just playing tightly. We should have exiled our army here to the food chain post combat. Okay, so they got Palace Jailer, so they'll get to be Monarch for 1 turn, I guess. Seems a little bit weird. So wait, Palace Jailer. Does that exile anything or just a creature? Creature. Okay, so they can't take the Null Rod. So what are they going to exile? And more importantly, if they exile one of these guys, can it be played from exile? It should be, right? So what do we want here? Not really sure we want anything. I'm not seeing a way that they are not losing this. If I'm being perfectly honest. Yeah, let's just post combat. Exile them all. Play them again. Giving them pseudo vigilance. All right. Pass the turn. Do your worst. I mean, whatever they do, they're dead to death right on my turn. So, yeah, great. All right. That seemed to work out pretty decently. Maybe I actually do want more combo instead of all this Discard shenanigans. Maybe like go up one food chain. Him on the draw seems bad, or seems worse anyways. Yeah, let's do this. So yeah, I don't know. Like they, the MVP was obviously the Toxic Deluge or the Difference Maker. I'm not sure exactly how it would have panned out if they hadn't played into, or if I hadn't had that. So do we want this? I'm not feeling it, to be honest. So I'm gonna, I don't know. It seems risky to mulligan, but I'm gonna mulligan this. Yeah, I guess we'll keep this. Problem is we are sort of sitting on non-basics, but yeah, that's just how the cookie is going to crumble in this game, I think. And they have Aether Vial, which is somewhat annoying. And we scryed the Fatal Push to the top because that seemed decent. So the problem here is if they have like turn 2 cast Thalia, that's the one thing we don't want to have happen. Revoker, that's fine. So I'm guessing they're going to Revoker Food Chain, or they could go for Deathrite Shaman, I guess. Food Chain, yeah. So Revoker does shut off Food Chain, but we have quite a few answers for that. So I think I'm just going to, yeah, I don't know. Like if I decay the vial and they're sitting on a Mother of Runes, that's kind of annoying. Decaying also means we're shutting ourselves off of Brainstorm, but not decaying now lets them take it up to 2, and then they'll be able to vial in Thalia and have Karakas, which is also really annoying. So I think I'm just going to decay that Aether Vial. Didn't really work out in the other game where I did that, but we'll see. Do your worst. The worst would probably be like Wasteland, play relevant 2-drop. So let's see what's coming down. Human. Stoneforge. Okay. That's not too bad. We can sort of stall quite a bit when they're trying to like spend turns equipping their creature with the sword. Or we can just take the sword. Guess that's not the worst either. Okay, let's get rid of the basic land. And the Eternal Scourge, actually. So I think I'm gonna Thoughtseize and take the Sword of Fire and Ice because sooner or later that is gonna be a problem for us. Okay, so they have Double Plow. They have Judgment. And now they don't have the sword. So we can Strix next turn. They can plow it if they want, and that'll still be advantage for us. But they're beating us for 3 a turn now, so we probably need to do something. So you know what? Maybe we actually just take out this this Fatal Push. Dude, we're gonna, sorry, I'm rambling here. We're gonna push this Revoker. Yeah, so that's quite a bit less damage we're gonna be taking. So they drew another Mystic. Okay. So I guess they have Batterskull or Jitte. Jitte. So Jitte is not nice. That's going to be a problem as well, eventually. So I think I'm actually going to play the Griffin. And if they draw into a land, they can play and equip the Jitte, and they can then attack. And we can trade, and then they'll eat my Griffin, and then I can Murderous Cut the other dude back and get my Griffin back. So I think that's what I'm going to do. Flicker Wisp, okay. Sure. So I guess I take 2. Mm. Ballista's not the worst. So let's start out with the Strix. Into Tropical Island. Not the best. I think I'm just going to sit back here. They can draw land, play, and equip Jitte on... Yeah, and there's the land. Let's see what happens here. Okay. We're going to block. They're going to get 2 counters. And if they want to kill my Griffin, they have to not kill my Strix, which is nice. Which I guess they do not. Okay, that's surprising. And there is this Eternal Scourge, which is kind of cool. So now what happens? They can -1, -1. The Flicker, the Griffin. But that still means that they trade. I'm not sure I see a profitable attack here, to be honest. All right, let's just pass. Okay, that interesting use. So they're sitting on Plow Judgment. So now they could Judgment something and to get it out of the way for 1 turn. But not if they want to equip. They plow. Okay. So, and they pump. So I think I'm actually just gonna cut this, even though we don't get the num nice value of having the Griffin re-exiled. Well, food chain now we just win. So I guess we can start off by attacking. And I guess, actually, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna play the Ballista for 2, and then play the Deathrite. And so if they try to equip, we'll kill the creature with the Ballista. That seems like a decent plan. The next turn we can play the Griffin from Exile. They equip. Yeah, it's fine actually. When just no counters on that thing. Let's just kill it. So now we no longer have like just the combo kill if we were to draw it, but yeah. There's Revoker. That's annoying. Wonder what he names. Deathrite, sure. Makes sense. So I guess I'd really like to draw some way to get into my library here. Oh, Leovold is awesome. Have fun pinging my dudes. Leovold is really great in this matchup. Although, having said that, they do have double plow in their hand. Which also makes me actually question why they would name Deathrite, as they can just plow Deathrite, but yeah, whatever. Plowshares, Leovolds. Let's draw. Come on with that decay. Dang. Okay. I mean, it's not nothing with the life gain, right? So they're going to equip and they're going to swing, and so they can, yeah. Another Stoneforge. Wonder if they have the Batterskull. They do not, it appears. Yeah, Manipulate Fate, I guess, is not the worst. So let's grab the last Misthollow Griffin. One Manipulate Fate and like a Polluted Delta. We get Strix, which again is not the worst, I guess. Well, they can just eat it with the Jitte. Force of Will is really rather useless. So I don't think I can attack here because they can just block with the Stoneforge and -1, -1. Actually, no, they can't. If they -1 on this Eternal Scourge, it'll get exiled. I'm also running quite low on time. Okay, yeah, so they do that. So it's just going to get exiled. So we kind of need to draw like Decay for that Jitte kind of fast. Or a Null Rod, I guess. Or a Pithing Needle. But Pithing Needle is also like, both Pithing Needle and Null Rod die to that Council's Judgment they're sitting on. Oh, I guess not anymore. Wow, that seems kind of loosey-goosey with their resources here, right? Because, I mean, they had Deathrite locked down, and they could even just eat it with the GT if they wanted to. Anyways, doesn't matter. Let's move on. Oops. And I almost just went through my entire turn. Let's pass. Okay, so I guess they will swing here. And we can't really profitably block. Well, I mean, I guess we can block the Revoker. They can make us trade, but I'm happy trading the counters on the GT and the Revoker, locking down Deathrite. I have more Griffins, or at least one more. Oh, yeah, okay. So they pump and then they can just kill it now. Makes sense. So we really have to get going with that, finding some way to remove that creature or that, what you call it, GT. Oh, okay, Deluge is nice. So it'll have to be Deluge for 4. But I think that's just the way it is going to have to be. Because they can pump once. They should have been porting me, but they didn't. Let's play the Eternal Scourge. And now I think I'm more likely to just lose to the clock than to them. All right, I'm gonna cast this or attack with the Scourge, and then I'm gonna play Griffin and pass the turn. And keep up. Force of Will. That means our fetch land is off, but yeah, so be it. Deathrite was excellent, an excellent draw here. And we get to play it and keep open Force of Will without like having to tap mana because our opponent is not really interested in. Okay, so they plow. Our opponent hasn't really shown any interest in porting us. Now, though, I think we need to play Deathrite and then cast Eternal Scourge. Pass the turn. Yeah, that's fine. I'm wondering if they are missing that they can just use the GT counter to exile this Eternal Scourge. Okay, so we can't Force of Will any human. I'm not sure what human they could cast that would crush us here. Okay, so now we have double Force of Will. Unless we have to recast a creature. Okay, so they did that play. hopefully we can get to win. I guess strictly speaking, like, play, say, Thalia through the cavern, equip the Jitte would be kind of bad. Okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna force here. I guess they could have another plowshare to delay death for a turn. Not sure what else saves them. Oh, sweet. Got there in the end. 3-0, sitting pretty. All right. Well, that was an intense game, and yeah, I just want to thank you for watching, and I'll be back with the remaining 2 rounds of this league. Bye bye.